So I'm gonna open up this campaign missions to date, and I'm gonna show it to the players. And mission 1, prime mission objective 1, General Commander Tars Tark welcomes you to rebellion. A rebellion needs vim and vigor, sweat and vigor. Vim and vinegar, sweat and vigor. I probably should put an accent to that. Please travel to Lothal, 2 o'clock on the Outer Rim, and recon the mining colony there. Here's the best we can offer you in the way of compensation. Your most important role for our survival, Rusty, give me a D8, since we always start with Brother Rusty.
Yikes.
A D8. This will be the number of these objects. There are 7 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of them total. 3. All right. Do you see the 3? I should say, do you see the 8 objects that we can choose from?
Yep.
Flashlight, first mask. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. I'll put them in the chat as well. And so we can take a flashlight, which is poor luck, and utility in a half-size slot. That's probably one that many of us need. Or a force mask, or a Gygax loop, or a Yodeling's garlic, or a Transdoshan cross, a boiler rifle, a Tuscan tent stakes, a Wookiee paw. And so, Rusty, I will allow you first pick of those items. Which one do you think you need?
And they're all poor, right?
Yes.
Yes, all those are 4 on there. Yeah.
There's a few half-sizers in there.
There's a chance in the first mission that you can all find good weaponry. Otherwise, it's going to be a long slog game, and we'll make a lot of decisions on whether or not it's worth us to resurrect somebody or to let them perish and we loot their gear.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can, Greg. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Sorry about that. I just lost track of time.
No worry. We'll let you. We'll all watch as you roll up your character. Right now, Rusty's going to make one decision about what he's going to pick. What did you pick, Rusty? Out of the 8?
By watch, he means mock you.
Yeah. So I already have utility, so somebody else. I could use the luck, but I'll take the garlic.
Okay, Yodeling's garlic with poor light side force. Okay, and Conrad,
I will
want
pass
that flashlight?
I have everything, and I have an extra item, so I'll let somebody else fill in the gap.
Probably should pick the flashlight then and give it to somebody else. Poor luck and utility. I have neither luck or utility. If you want to grab that,
I'll let you guys just pick whatever you want, right? Just go ahead and.
Well, we only got 3 picks, and there's only 2 left, and you got to pick one. So.
Well, I mean, so which one? So who's after me? You?
No, that would be Dave is. Greg is after you when we finally get to Greg.
Okay.
Just take the flashlight, and then when Greg gets his character, you can decide who to hand it to.
Yeah. What are we looking at right now?
What we're looking at right now is just the start of the first mission, Greg. I'll rehash it again. And then Dave for the 3rd pick. You see that item list of 10. Of that 10, which is an object that you don't seem to have right now? Do you have a light side object, a force object yet, Greg? I mean, Dave?
Not that I know of. I have weaponry and a restoration droid.
Terrific. Okay. And so why don't you pick up the Trandoshan cross so that you have a light side? Although the force mass with the poor utility and dark source, it could be dark side is sort of calling you.
I did that, which is in the chat. Can you see that where I listed all the attributes, and then I just put what I had decided.
That you have?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So that may make your decision making easier, right?
Well, my decision making is to stand behind you if you got good weaponry and good utility. Wow.
Yeah. Yes. In other words, what I'm saying is, so you put grab this list of 6 items, and then obviously our first task is going to be filling these all in, because if you don't have it, you take double damage, right?
Yes, you take double damage.
Which so the first step is get everybody.
It just means you should not be the guy who's rolling, right?
Yeah. So we want to fill everybody's 6 spots out first.
All right. And why don't you grab that Trandoshan cross, and we'll lean toward the light side, Dave. Now, let's let's back up just a bit, and yeah, I'm
The
going to
other
record this
advantages,
for
the
posterity.
light force things, if you had to buy one, are the most expensive. So.
They are, and I guess we could always sell them too. So I'm going to show this to you, Greg. I'm going to need D100 from you, and we're going to just artificially say you're looking for a weapon. So
Okay.
give me percentilize. Conrad rolled this like 5 times.
He got 2 good items, unbelievably.
He did really well.
I was mocked
really well.
constantly, Greg. It was amazing.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
All right. So I'm
did terrible.
That I'm looking for a weapon. Does that like actually make sense? Is there an equal
No,
number?
you want to look for you want to get anything but a weapon because you get to roll until you get a weapon.
So, but on this D100 table, are there an equal amount of weapon utility? Okay, so
yes.
I can't influence the odds by saying I want whatever this most. Okay,
that is correct. They all pretty much match
and
up.
You want a weapon as well anyway, Greg, right? By the end of it, because you're going to roll that the most.
Yeah, you do not want to start this game without a weapon. You could probably find one pretty quick, but that double damage roll until you success, that'll probably bring you down pretty quick.
Well, I'm sure I'll roll a weapon on the first one. Here's
Go
the
ahead.
first roll,
And,
30.
if it does, it happens. It happens. 30.
You roll too fast, but you get a good mockage in there.
Sorry. Yes, good weaponry. Perfect. Right.
Oh, he's got a skull weapon.
How about a skull warhammer?
Utility. You got a 30 something gold or monetary. What do we call our monetary?
Skull warhammer. That doesn't fit in the Star Wars universe. That's actually something that would exist.
And Greg, I need you to roll a D6, and this is your rudimentary lightsaber. It starts with one pour power in one of the 6 features of the game.
Okay, D6. I'll have to go up here for that. 5.
5. So you are going to start with a poor utility lightsaber. I think Rusty also had that as well. Is that true, Rusty?
Did. Yes,
so you and Rusty have the flashlights. Conrad and I and Dave all rolled the restoration pour. We've yet to get a weapon that's a lightsaber, but we are the utility and maintenance branch of the rebellion, I guess. All right, now let's get started again with that recap on the mission.
Oh, have we finished picking the items off the list yet?
We have. We've gotten our 3. We took the flashlight, which you're holding for the moment, although I think you're going to pass that to somebody. And we took the garlic and we took the cross. Because the light side objects are the most expensive, as Rusty pointed out.
So I'm like, all right, I can go on this mission. I have a skull warhammer. I'm good. Let's go.
That's you're just
and hard.
Yes, it. And you have a lightsaber that's like a Doctor Who universal screwdriver, if I remember that incorrectly, as I probably did. All right, so General Commander Tarj Tark welcomes you to the rebellion. A rebellion needs vim and vinegar, sweat and vigor. Please, it's a trap. Everything's a trap. Please travel to Lothal. 2 o'clock on the outer rim, and recon the mining colony there. Here's the best we can offer, and you already took the 3 things. Now, anything else you need along the way, take whatever conscription you can beg or muster. And we understand some of you have a quote-unquote checkered pasts. I was myself a chickpea smuggler, and likely it's not the chickpea that you're imagining. Now, Lothal is a planet in the Outer Rim territories. During the early years of the Galactic Empire, Lothal was in a state of economic disrepair and invited the Empire to take over the planet's industries. 5 years, yes, have government take over all the businesses. 5 years later, the propagandist Chan Jin effectively deceives the populace by touting new jobs and better living. With that promise of prosperity and security, the imperialists take everything, including vast resources of tri-ionic lithium. A covert group, the Spectres, attempts insurgency. The Spectres direct planet-wide operations from Ghost, an extra-dimensional cloaked starship. The key questions you will answer in this mission are: what does the Empire need the tri-ionic lithium for? Who is the true leader of the Spectres? And you need to stop Chan Jin, shut down his production and transmitters, and you can go Geiger sanction on him, the propagandist, which means if you want, you can terminate him with extreme prejudice. Your reward for each part is money, a D8, gain a random gear, gain a force point, and you may not select the same bonus for all three: the lithium use, the leaders of the specters, and the propagandists. Now, you can jump right into that mission. Lothal is right here on the map. If you saw my ping.
I did.
Party is at Alderaan. You would just follow the starship routes and either cross through Hutt space or go down through Chandrilla and take the hyper routes that way. Does it matter which way you go? Only slightly, because once per session, you can say, I'm going to take shore leave, like at Chandrilla. And you may only take shore leave from each of these systems that are listed on the map once. But by taking shore leave, you get to roll a random die. And you may lose a little bit of gear. I hope not. You may gain a little bit of gear. I hope so. And that is all described under the bad fate table, show to players. And I think it was here. No, I'm mistaken. Let me see. Rebel cause once per system. That's it. Here it goes. Show to players. The odds are ever in your favor that you're going to improve something. I shake my head, Rusty. I feel for you if you don't. And you can see that if you roll a 99 or 100 when you go on shore leave for the rebel cause, you can gain an XP rate at the start or a force point. If you roll somewhere in the middle, you can improve your lightsaber. If you roll really bad toward the bottom, you can end up losing money or losing a piece of gear. Okay, that table should be quite self-explanatory. The first thing we could do is we could say, let's just take shore leave on Alderaan. We cross it off our list. And thank you, whoever drew the circle around Lothal. And we'd all roll on that table. Or we can wait to roll on that table after we see how bad things are going. And because if we heal some hit points back, we may want to may want to be injured before we heal anything back. The second thing we can do is these sidebar quests. I'm going to show it to the players. Now, the sidebar quests are that the party may perform a D4 -1. Conrad, you are up. Give me a D4 -1, 0 to 3. Sidebar quests.
2.
2. Very good. So
3,
we can do
3 minus 1
sidebar.
is 2. Sorry.
We can do 2 of these sidebar quests. We can do alpha or beta. We can travel to Carbone, 4 o'clock on the outer rim, and explore beneath the ice flows. We would use the cave maps. And if we do so, we each would gain a random piece of gear. And the climax is just one roll of a D8 on the climax table. Sidebar quest beta is we can travel to Utapau, 6 o'clock on the outer rim, and salvage an old Republic derelict. We would use a ship map for this. And the reward, we would gain a flare on a random piece of gear. Now, Conrad's got some good pieces of gear, and adding flare to those is probably going to be very good. But if I get a random flare on a piece of gear that could die on me at any moment, well, maybe we want to wait a little bit before we do this one. We would also get a bonus +1 pip on my next adventure that's caves. And since the alpha is a cave mission, if we do beta before alpha, we would get +1 pip on all rolls if we went on to alpha. They both only have a climax of 1 die 8. Now, what do I mean by that? If you go all the way to the bottom of this sidebar quest table, you'll see the climax challenges. A 1 is forces rolls of both forces, dark and light, plus weaponry. If we rolled an 8, it would be our choice of any 2 tests. And all tests are made by every player. At level 15, the damage doubles on the climax, and at level 20, it triples. If the same challenge repeats during multiple rolls, a death mod applies. So, for instance, if you're told to make a weaponry roll and a second weaponry roll, and this would happen, for instance, if the quest, like Quest Omega, requires us to have 3 D8 rolls on this table for the climax. So if I rolled 3 times a 1, and we would have to roll weaponry 3 times. Instead, we would roll weaponry once minus 2 to our rolls. I can remember all that. You don't need to remember any of that. I'm not here to cheat you. I'm just here to kill you. So if you would like to start, we can do alpha or beta. Let me see if I can cut and paste these out and just put them in the chat as something to think about. We also have the shore leave, which is a random way to get a piece of gear. do you want that cotton candy immediately, or do you want to wait for a moment and see what's going on? Or we can travel immediately to Lothal and start our mission there. Now, the main missions are definitely going to be more than one map in most cases. So if we start a map and then we see, if we go on to the second map, we really are trashed as characters. We may want to wait till the next session when we're all healed before we start the second map in the series. There are, I believe, 11 prime missions to finish the campaign. There are 24 sidebar quests, and there's all these little places that we can stop at once per session and get something free. I'm going to move the big die over to Greg. And Greg, I'm going to put you on the spot right at the start. What do you think as a player? Did you want to try a sidebar quest like Baker, or did you want to try to go on to the main mission, or did you want to try to grab a there's a little fish symbol. Somebody know
alpha,
that there's
right?
a fish.
One's alpha, one's beta.
Oh, you marked them. Oh, terrific. Okay.
And you want, and because of the +1, you want to do the beta first.
Yeah, exactly. The beta. So, hold on. I tell what's his name, Commander Tars Tusk. Yes. Oh, Tars Tark. That I do not have Vim and Vinegar, but I have a skull hammer. So let's go to beta first.
Oh, any man with a skull hammer can easily do that sidebar quest.
Yes.
Go find the Republic vessel. Okay, now we're gonna move from Alderaan to Utapau. Very good. And so there are plenty of ways to get there. I don't have any sort of traps on the board, not yet at least. Like if you move through Corellia at this time, you would also suffer this. There are no card flips to get there. You would just say, I'm going to go right to Utapau and start that quest. Did you want to stop?
We have jump drives the size of a lunchbox.
Yes, it's the just go to light speed, and then it may take you 100 years to get there. But we don't in the space opera world of Star Wars, we don't worry about any of that. This could all be one system in Star Wars for all we know, even though it says core planets and deep core. Greg, did you want to stop off along the way and take that roll, or do you want to save that session roll for a little later? You can take it later. You can be right in the middle of your mission and say, let's take our session roll.
And we only get one session roll per session?
That is correct, Rusty.
Yeah.
So and only one per planet.
That's
correct. That is correct, Rusty.
That's our shore league, right?
So I would suggest
not
take it because there's quite a few things that improve gear. If you don't have the gear, you would lose that advantage, I assume.
And Rusty's going to lose items anyway. He's going to roll low anyhow, so it doesn't really matter.
By the only new rule from the fantasy version of xGear is the fact anytime you roll a 1 on your D20 while taking an action, that item has declined. So it's 1 in 20. So you're only going to get maybe 10 or 12 uses of each item before you're going to see them decline. Now, good gear will decline to poor.
Except for your lightsaber, right?
Except for your lightsaber. Once we get the lightsabers built up, then we won't.
So we could always add something to your lightsaber, right? Which would be adding to the gear, right?
You can only add to your lightsaber when you either score. I think it's lightsaber points. I don't think force points add to your lightsaber. Let me check. I'm going to check that in the rules real quick.
What do force points do?
Force points. The main thing a force point can do is a stop harm. Okay. And that's probably going to be more critical later when we get higher levels. I'm looking up my force points right now. I had to look. Oh, here they are. All characters are developing into Master Jedi. Force points will be gained from events and adventures. These can be spent to solve puzzles or ask detailed questions about the campaign. The Jedi knowledge can stop harm or create expertise. You can just say, no, well, I'll use a force point. I'll be an expertise in this card flip. And the Jedi knowledge, let's see, you can take a D4 force points, may be expended to raise your lightsaber ability. So it's a D4 points to raise your lightsaber ability. It's also a D4 points to heal back a light side force penalty that's incurred by using the dark side forces too much. Now, the dark side is just an anger. So think of it in terms of Spock, losing his emotion. Yeah, exactly. It's not that you are a Sith. And yet, I would think by the end of this campaign, many of us will have very, very powerful dark side and light side force options. So don't think of this in terms of, that wussy Obi-Wan who wouldn't use the dark side. Think of it in terms of what Anakin might do. Occasionally, scream out. Or Quan Jinn in the first movie. He seemed like he was using dark side a little bit there with his emotions, but we won't go into that. Okay, since nobody but me likes that movie. Greg, did you want to go directly to Utapau and start this mission?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I think that's probably a good choice. All right, we are going to, I need to scrolly. And it's 6 o'clock on the outer rim. Very well done, Conrad, to find it. I'm backing up. I'm finding it. And it says, salvage an old Republic derelict on the use the ship map. And the reward is we gain a flare on a random piece of gear, and we also gain a +1 bonus if we decide to do the cave map, either this session or next session. And the climax is 1 roll. All right, so this is the ship map. If you pan down just a little bit, you'll see it. And it has 26 letters on it. We're going to enter through I, the hole in the side of the ship. Most of the stuff, in fact, all of this stuff is going to be card flips. But I'm going to tell you right now that, let me roll a D20 and see. You are searching for a low letter N to Z on the map.
What letter are we entering in?
I.
Hey. Oh, I?
On the ship map, you enter through I, Rusty.
Okay, great.
Yep. So you're looking for a low number of the N to Z, and there are 2 other clues. Every D4 flips, you're going to get another clue. So let me roll a D4 for you. In 2, count them 2 only, we're going to get another clue. And I will move over to Dave. Dave, you are at I. Did you want to move to H, or did you want to move to R? Did you want to try to cross at N? I think those are the clear choices. And there's no right or wrong answer except for the fact that you're trying to get into the N through Z letters, since you know it's going to be.
Can he not?
Let me look. Can he get all the way to W?
If we're there.
With passing S, yeah, I'll give him W as well, Conrad. You can talk about that. I mean, you can argue that for later games as well. But I got H, N.
You can take our lightsabers and cut a hole in the floor at S too, right?
No. I mean, yes, if this was.
You like that movie?
I do, yes.
When he takes the lightsaber and
opens the door with it, right?
Yeah, it just melts the whole full steel. That's some energy there, baby.
Yes, the lightsabers in that first movie, they were awesome. Yeah. And the force power, that was awesome. Okay, Dave, where would you like to head for the group?
All right, let's go to W.
All right, we're going to go all the way down to W.
Because we need between N and Z, right? So we might as well get down there.
All right. Who do we find aboard the ship? It's going to be ugly. Rusty knows that.
It's always ugly.
Vader?
We don't mess around. Was it Vader? Oh, God, I hope not. No, it's a spy. All right, there's a spy aboard. Optional. Any
We're all
and all.
Spies, aren't we?
Light side force at -3 with success to gain a flare and a random piece of gear. That's pretty good. It's also a 10. A 10 is an excellent card to start the game with. We're going to credit Dave with that good luck.
Good job, Dave.
All right.
And a 10, award the players a stop hard and select another event card. And let's cover that 10 up. and give us an ace. An ace is not too bad either. It's going to be a single test of force and luck. Test the player in it.
We can't pick who does it. That's the problem.
That is correct. It's going to be a random test of somebody. Force and luck. Force and luck. Yeah. So you have to make either a single test of force or luck, and the club gives us an extra utility roll. We also have a stop harm. Let me make sure I grab that and move it up to the top here. And Greg will help us remember that we have that. And we have to resolve the card flip. We have the spy in there, and I will go around the table. I will start with Dave. Dave, did you want to try to make a light side force roll at -3? For you, that may be an 18, 19, or 20, right? You need a 15 normally?
Or one make roll.
Well, yes, true. You could roll a make roll if you think you want to improve. Dave's got junk. I hate to say it that way, but I think Dave has got junk. He would not want to waste three hit points for a make roll just for junk, but you can pass, Dave.
But the item would, right, he'd get it on the item, so even though he may replace the item, he's still got the flare.
No, the flare is attached to an item.
Yeah, the flare is attached to the item.
Right, but he would keep the item in his inventory, right? If you got a better item, but
absolutely. It's just wait then, as long as you don't. I will pass as well. I have a good item, but I'm not gonna lights. Wait! I shouldn't pass. I'm good light side. It's the one thing I really have. All right, I'm gonna take my J. Dro. I got in my character here to even remember my Star Wars thing. All right, I will use my J. Drew ball, which has good light size power, and it's at -3. Rusty, can I make this roll? I mean, it's an 11.
Yeah,
I need a 14 or better.
No chance.
All right, I'm going to do a 14 or better. 6, I missed it. I took a point of damage.
And you also decline random. Oh, no, it's else if you don't take that option. Okay.
No. Let's read it again now. I think you had it right. Success and gain a flare. Else fail and decline random gear. Sure. I only have a few pieces of random gear. I got 2 that I can immediately replace that if I lose. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes my D4. I want to 2 or 3. All right, so I lost my lucky penny. I pick up a lucky bolt off the floor of the ship. It's still double damage if I decide to use luck that way, until Conrad decides to stop hoarding that magic flashlight he has and give it to somebody. All right, and over to you, Rusty. Do you want to try to roll light side or not?
Yeah, I would really like to, but
well, use your make roll. We just resurrect you.
I think it all depends on how deadly this is all going to get, but I'm going to start by using a make roll.
Okay, Rusty will improve your gear, and let's go ahead and roll that, Rusty. Give me a roll of flares, and give me percentile dice.
43.
43. You are +1 light side force pip. If the item has 4 combined pluses, it drops in durability. But whatever item you use to make that light side force is now +1.
I only have one item. So
does it have light side force? Yes. Okay. Well, now it's +1.
And it's good. +1. But it doesn't have to. It wouldn't have to be light side force to give me the +1. The light side.
That is correct. It would give you +1 to light side force rolls, even if it did not empower that object. Conrad, did you want to try a roll of light side?
I will use a make roll as well.
Okay, give me percentile dice.
And I will roll percentiles. 50.
50. Well, I'm reading here that you are +4 light side force pip.
That works for me.
And if you ever improve to +5 light side pips, you'll drop in durability if that's the same item. And does it improve on a random item, or does it improve on a Yes, it's a success to gain a flare on a random piece of gear. So Rusty and Conrad, roll to see which piece of gear you actually got the
I
bonus
only
on.
have one piece of gear unless it can be on my lightsaber.
No, it cannot be on the lightsaber. So yes,
there's only one piece of gear. So.
And Conrad, go ahead.
Which is why I did it,
because it's not bad to improve the one piece of gear. And if you die, we can give it to your next character, I guess. Go ahead, Conrad.
Item number 1, the essence of Shah Pour.
Essence of Shah Pour. Very good. Greg, did you want to roll light side?
Essence of Shah.
Perhaps he died while dictating.
Also, because I don't have.
Go ahead and get a percentile dice there, Greg.
30 again.
30. Well, I see a 30 as adds a make roll to the character if taken on adventure. If this is used, the item tests durability. No, we're not going to have the second half of that. But you get an extra make roll every adventure.
Okay.
So
let's see. Let me roll a D1 to see which item it's added to.
Okay.
1. Oh, the hammer. Okay, good.
All right. Nice. Very nice.
It's now. See, and you mock the fact that all you did was come on the mission with a hammer. You're going to trust that hammer more than your lightsaber. I have a prediction here. All right, now we need to make the ace.
we don't even need Greg. We just need the hammer.
We just need the guy that handles the hammer. Dave.
We're going to change Greg's name to Hamro.
It is your choice. Somebody needs to make either a force or luck roll. No, this is random, isn't it, Rusty? Because it was the ace. Oh, how sad. Okay, everyone roll a d20 and see who's the victim here. Who played with the knobs when they shouldn't? Mine is a 5. Beat my 5. Conrad.
It's like Conrad. Who
Did I get everyone?
To do it because
I was typing.
That's fine. You're typing what your bonus was in. All right, Conrad, you need to make either side of the force or luck.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm +4 with the
light
gizmo.
side.
Yeah, with the light side. And I'm poor, so it's a 15, makes it an 11, right?
11.
And I rolled 18, success.
18, terrific. And
we get something for passing that? Let me check the rules here.
You heal back 1 hit point, and I have 1 hit point down. Yeah,
right. Yep.
Thank you. I'm back in the game, and
I used my my essence of Shah.
Your essence of Shah once again is even as you develop other powers, you're always going to keep that essence of Shah as a little amulet around your
sorry,
neck.
I take that back. That was my dark side item. So I need to use something different.
Well, curse the dark side object then. Do you have any light side powers?
I do. I have a charm.
A charm. Very good. Okay.
Binding charm.
And we still need a utility roll for you because of the club.
Back here. Scroll. Look. Slime pour. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was my exogorth slime that I used. That I smeared on you to heal you.
Don't be putting that stuff on me anymore.
And then I need the utility roll. I am good with utility. My utility item is a scroll. Too many words to look at. My electro lock pick.
Your electro lock pick, very good. Open up the cabinet there in W and find out what we found.
So I need an 11 for that because it's a good weapon. Correct?
Yes.
And that was a miss. So I take
You take 1 point. You take 1 point of damage. You should have used the slime on yourself, I'm thinking. All right, we're going to move the big die over to Rusty now. Rusty, you're in W. Where would you like to head from there?
Let's see. I lied. I do have 2 items because I picked one up of the first 3 we got. So
well, that's okay. We'll call it an honest mistake, and we'll move on from there. You don't need to worry about re-rolling anything. Where would you like to move from W?
Let's see, from W.
The item was not in W, by the way, that you're looking for.
All right. Let's see. So W. I think X would be an excellent place.
X.
Can I get to X?
Yeah, I'll give you the X.
Okay.
Oh, stop harm. Come on.
Do we have the option in the other games to pick up a +2 on our skills, or is that not in this particular version of the game?
In the pips, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Checking pips, you most certainly do.
Okay. So, like for example, if you wanted to add 2 to your utility, you could do so.
Yes, you could. If you missed a roll by 2, you could add 2 to your utility. And so we have gotten some scavengers on this ship. And a dark side, we need 1 roll of dark side force at -3. Now that heart is not going to have anything extra, but the 3 is going to be a test for any player in the group of luck and utility. So this is Rusty. Rusty, you're also going to have to make a dark side roll of -3. Reward all money. So that's neat. Who wants to make a dark side roll at -3, Rusty? I believe we're all poor on that.
Isn't somebody plus on the dark side?
I'm not plus on the dark side. We're all.
I thought somebody got that as a bonus.
Yeah. Who has an actual dark side item? I don't even have a dark side item.
I have an item.
Worried about the damage after the fact. I have a poor dark side item. My J. Drew ball flips both ways.
Let's see. Let me check. Nope. I got a hammer.
You got the skull hammer. Stop diminishing the powers of the skull hammer. It's the skull that's important, not the hammer. Anything can be a hammer. All right.
Okay. So there's only 2 of us that have a dark side item, is what you're saying, Red and Conrad?
Dave, do you have a dark side item? I'm not sure. I think you just have.
Transdotion Cross is light side.
Yeah, his light side. And he has a weapon.
So I would say, okay, it's even is Conrad, odd is Red.
Oh, you bastard.
Odd is Red.
Bastard. Making me make a dark side roll to start my game. All right. I need a 15. Is it -3? Oh, this is going to be hurtful. No, I'm going to make that with a make roll. I'm not going to take a light side penalty this early in my young career. All right, that's 3 points of damage. I'm going to get hit from that.
Why'd you take damage, Red? You made the roll.
He takes it because he's taking.
I'm sorry because I used the make roll and I'm
damage.
Yeah, so I'm equating the make roll as I only have 12 life levels, and one of them I just used to. Yeah. Okay, it's like Pac-Man to me. How many fruits do I need back? Okay, and I cannot heal that damage either. It has that. But I made my dark force roll against the scavengers. Oh my gosh, I must have pitched these guys through the open airlock next to X, threw them out in space through the force field. You guys didn't watch that, did you? Because I'm shedding a tear for them. And that also mean, Rusty, that I need. Do I also need to make the luck or utility roll because you picked me?
No. I can pick somebody else for that, right?
Okay. Go ahead and pick somebody to do luck and utility, please.
I can do. It's luck or utility.
Yes, because the heart added nothing more to the encounter.
I'll do the utility. Oh, who has a good utility?
I have a good utility, Rusty.
Because you can pick up a silver when you make that. So why don't you?
Well, no, it's reward all.
No, there's a silver when you make a utility.
Oh yes, when you make a utility roll, you pick up a silver. Very good, Rusty. Thank you.
So, Conrad, if you would please make the utility roll.
An 11.
And then you get a silver.
I missed it, but I get a silver. Or I have to make it to get the silver.
Yeah, you make it to get silver.
We all get a D4.
Yeah, we all get a D4. Go ahead and everyone roll a D4 and take a D4 silver. I rolled a huge 1. Can't even steal well. But I can throw Jawa out the airlock. All right, and that 3, you can buy a few items with that. If we take shore leave and you want to buy certain utility items, what are the ones that are only 1 penny each? Those
that
would
be utility, luck, and restoration. If I'm not
he's got that great memory even at as a
almost
70-year-old. Okay, yeah. It's for only a silver. if we get to shore leave, right, we could leave and come back. We go to shore leave right now. We could roll our shore leave roll if we really wanted to. But we can also pick up poor restorations if anyone needs that, poor utilities and poor lucks for a single silver. You can pick up a poor weapon for 3. That's all in the rule book. If you look under the handbook tab, three tabs over journal, Dave, you can click on that, and you can click on rules, and somewhere in the rules you can see that list of how much things cost if you want to conspire while we move. And from here, I move the big die over to Conrad. Where do you want to go from here?
We're currently in W.
Yeah, we're currently in X. Did I not move the character? Forgive me.
Yeah, we're in X.
You guys can move it as well, I think, but go ahead.
It does not let me move it, so I'm going to move towards Y.
Okay. I had set all this up. I swear I had set all this up. Save settings. Hopefully you guys can move it now. Go ahead and try to move it again, Conrad.
It let me move it that time.
Okay, terrific. Y. Y is not where we're looking for, but we're on the hunt. Oh, we hit our 2, so we get another clue. Let me look at my my magic clues, and a Star Wars salvage clue. Did that open? Yeah. And how am I looking?
Technically, this is our 3rd, right?
Yeah, I'll roll a second one for another go on that. And the first second clue is the object is in among the letters T to Z. So I gave you the first clue. That it was N to Z, and now you know it's T to Z. So we're rapidly getting to
not WXY.
And the second D4, what did I say? D4 roll here before you get the third clue. 2 more, and that was just 1 more of Y, right? We have not resolved Y, though, did we yet? I don't think
no, we haven't resolved Y.
Good. All right. So we enter into the bay with the control systems for the guns, I'll say. Blatant threats. The queen. Queen is ugly. Okay, choice of all. We either have to make a luck roll at -3 or a dark side force roll. A low die among the failed rolls suffers a bad fate. Okay, we start with me whenever there's rolls for all, and I will go ahead and I will try dark side. And here goes my D20. If I fail this, I'm a -1 on my light side for the rest of the session.
Why wouldn't you just take the luck then? Oh, you made
because it's -3.
Well,
and I just threw 2 Jawas out of the airlock. Are you telling me what to do? Don't you be? I don't know you well enough for you to be telling me what to do.
I just asked why.
He's asking. He's asking politely. Hey, I thought we said no leaders. So be quiet and do what I say. Okay, so I made my roll of dark side. That's a 2 dark side day for me. Once again I shed a small tear as I've attacked this guy with the dual horns, and I go over to Rusty. Rusty, you have to make a luck or a dark side.
and because we got that already, it's going to be something.
Usually,
I will. So I don't have a luck item, of course, and I don't have a dark side item. So I will do the luck. It's 3. So.
Okay.
Rusty, I can give you a flashlight for the luck item if that helps you.
That's very nice of you, and I would be happy to take it. At this point, I did make my roll.
You made your roll. Very good, Rusty. And we go to Conrad, and Conrad goes ahead and gives a flashlight over to Rusty. Rusty has a luck and utility from that, I believe. And we're going to go over to Conrad. Would you make a luck or dark side, please?
The luck one is -3, right? Correct?
Go with dark side.
Is that correct? The luck's -3?
That is correct.
So that's a suck roll, isn't it?
Well,
if I miss it, everybody else is going to make it too.
It's only a single hit point, but low roll is going to take a bad fate roll. That's not good.
Low of the people that failed, right?
Yes.
I want to look at.
I was -3, so my 16 did not succeed.
Okay. I'm going to take your point of damage then, Rusty, please.
2 points.
Or 2 points. Well, I'll give you the flashlight,
yeah,
Rusty.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to go with the dark side with Ganjo or Garo Rojo.
Okay.
Garo. I'm going to use the anger. It's a 16.
Use your angry.
Use my anger.
Can't fight with serenity.
No good.
I'll
take the 2 points. I'll use the 2 points.
You'll take the pip and be plus on dark side. Oh man. Okay. At least now don't feel so bad about using dark side twice. You've already.
I hit the flush button on the airlock.
I think it's good. And Greg, would you like to make a dark side roll, or would you like to make a luck roll at -3?
I guess a dark side roll. What happens when you fail dark side rolls?
-1 on your light side.
You pick up a -1 pip on your light side, and there's a 1 in 4 chance it's permanent.
Okay.
Roll me a D4. Don't roll a 1.
4.
Okay, it's not permanent, but you're -1 on all light side roll for the rest of the session.
Use your anger.
Greg, Dave, would you like to make a luck roll or a dark side force roll?
a luck roll.
Okay, give me it.
D20?
Yes.
Can't be Dave in Star Wars. He's got to be Dov.
Yeah, Dov.
He's Dov.
Dov Star Stepper. Dave, that is not successful. So you are going. Do you have a luck item on you or not? I don't think you have one yet, do you?
No, sir.
So you're going to take 2 hit points for that, but you did not. You did not use the dark side, and I think we should reward you somehow with that. Of course, the reward we're going to give you is you might be the lowest of the. No, it's Greg. Greg, would you please roll me a D8 on bad fate?
Yikes.
2.
A 2. You're going to lose faith in an object and give it to another player. Gosh, please don't make it be your hammer.
He's only got the one item.
I only have a hammer.
You only have a hammer?
You only had the hammer.
Let me roll which random item. It's the hammer.
It's.
I would have given you.
It isn't. That isn't 100% true, Greg, because if you look under the bare essential rules of the game, you actually fill your character out with crud. And so there's a slight chance it's probably only a 1 in 4 you give your hammer away. If you give it to me, I will gladly take it. But if, for instance, if you don't have a dark side object, you have a piece of flint or a hank of hair or a tooth. If you don't have a poor light side object, you have a marble chip or a prayer icon.
I have an extra item that I just take. I was keeping it as a soap off.
So you probably, let's just call it 1 in 4, Greg. On a roll of a 1, you give away your good item. On a roll of 2, 3, and 4, you give me like a cup of coffee, or a poor dark side object, and I drink it for you. So we pick a bad day to give up Quaaludes.
Okay, there's a 4.
A 4, yeah. So you're going to give me, and for you and Dave, you can sort of look at that list and write down, what your poor utility item is. Although you have a poor utility item in your lightsaber, and Dave has a poor restoration item in his lightsaber, so you don't need to carry around. In Dave's case, he doesn't need to carry around a bandage.
Well, the hammer is also poor utility.
Well, then there you go. So you've got, you don't need to even carry that around. All right.
But
so
you would use your lightsaber instead because it can't decline.
Yeah.
But he can't give that away.
Correct.
He can't give his lightsaber away. All right. Let's go.
His skull-shaped lightsaber.
We got one more encounter, and then I'm going to tell you
you didn't
emphatically where it's at.
You didn't complete this, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, the queens. Oh, yeah, it gets ugly. Thank you, Rusty.
Thanks, Rusty.
Thanks, Rusty, for keeping us honest.
But
I
Red
don't know
wants
why you need to keep us honest. All right, so
these die, and this is the queens are what help us die.
I think as starting characters in any game, at least one of us should should die, just for the integrity. All right, we need a utility and restoration. All players of the group must make the tests, and because it's a diamond, we're going to add a luck roll. I wish it wasn't a luck roll, but so I need to make either utility or restoration. Well, I make restoration with my lightsaber. Even if I roll a 1 here, it doesn't affect it. But it do take 3 points of damage. Gosh, Conrad, give me do I take 2 by just making the utility roll, or should I try the restoration and take 3? And the answer is I use my lightsaber. I would use my lightsaber. Of course I would use my lightsaber because I'm going to repair my restoration with my lightsaber. Now I also have to make a luck roll, and that as well is going to be.
I think you have to make all 3, Red. It's utility and restoration.
It's the test is utility and restoration, but you're only doing one or the other by the way the rules are written, unless the card suit tells us we have to make the oddball one, then it becomes both. So yeah, thank you. 2 15s. Hey, who's the guy that's got 2 thumbs and can make a dice roll? Nice. We're going to go over to Rusty. Rusty, would you please make either?
Just take the damage now, Rusty. Just take the damage. Yeah. Just take it.
Would you like the utility or restoration, Rusty? You got a lightsaber that's utility, as I recall.
I do. I'll use the lightsaber for utility.
You need a 15.
Just take the point, Rusty. Just take the point.
Don't take the point,
Stop
Rusty.
Struggling. Just stop struggling.
Point of damage for that.
And now what about your luck?
Luck is Conrad just gave me something that's got poor luck, so
it's a flashlight. You can put some light on this whole situation.
I took 2 points of damage.
You took 2 points of damage. We don't want this guy to roll much, Conrad. Go ahead, Conrad, and please make.
I tried mocking you, Rusty. I really did, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me a utility and restoration roll.
I have a good item that's utility, but if I roll good, I have a chance of losing it. So let's not do that. Let's roll.
No. It's only 1 in 20.
Well, that I have a 1 in 20 chance. I've seen Rusty roll. He's.
You should roll your good utility, Conrad. Don't be making those mistakes. Roll your best roll you can make.
Good utility. Here we go.
Yeah.
Plus you get 1 silver when you make it.
Didn't matter anyway. So that's a point of damage. Matter. And then my luck roll is a poor luck roll. And that was a success. Woohoo.
Okay. 1 point of damage. Over to Greg. Greg, would you please make your 2 rolls for us?
Okay. So let me get that off. Okay. First off, fail and fail.
I'm sorry, Greg. We should have mocked you.
I don't think it would have made much difference. So that's
you weren't even close.
Damage, I believe.
Wow, that's so well. How many of those items do you actually own, as opposed to how many are you using? I
have a lightsaber with utility.
Okay, good.
So I use that. So that's 1 point of damage, and the other one I'm using a stone or something. And
yeah, so you take 2 points there.
So yeah, 3 points of damage.
And Dave, you need to make me a utility or a restoration roll. Now you have a lightsaber like I do that has restoration on a 15 or better.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Dave, you're supposed to act in confidence. Of course you made that. It's your lightsaber. I mean, it's something you've carried most of your life. All right. And would you please make me a luck roll, Dave?
Oh, well.
All right. Now, do you have an item of luck, or are you taking double damage until you get one?
No luck. So I'm taking double damage. Is that
taking the 2 points then? Okay.
Got it.
All right. We got through this encounter. We need one more before it definitively tells us which letter of the alphabet we're going to. Well, not definitively, but mostly. I'm going to move that big die. Who was the last one to pick Y? Can't remember.
I think that was me.
I'm going to call it Greg.
It was Conrad.
Greg, would you please move us? Thank you, guys. Would you please move us to either, I don't know, V or Z? It's 50-50, right? Because we cleared most of the lower letters of the alphabet.
Yeah, there's a U. We could backtrack a little bit.
Oh, that's true. We could easily go back to the break.
Let's go. Looks like we have to go through. Unless that's a door. Let's go to B.
Looks like a nice,
V. V is our quest objective. So we're going to roll for a climax here. And after the climax, we pick up the reward for this adventure. And the sidebar beta is going to be, we're going to have one roll of the climax. It will be you, Greg. Give us a D8 roll.
Go with, let's see, 5.
5. We're going to test agility and weaponry, physical. All tests made by every player. So we have a choice of making a single roll of agility or making a weaponry roll.
I'm good on both of those.
I would probably just use my.
Right?
Yes, we all have to go around the table. I will make. Gosh, the weaponry could kill me. I'd have to make several rolls. I probably should just do this by math and say that I will try the luck roll, even though I don't have a luck object. So I'm going to need a 15. Here goes my roll. A 2. I missed it, obviously. So I'm going to take 2 points of damage.
What were you were rolling?
I had to make it. The 5 is utility versus weaponry. Oh, okay. I should have rolled utility, not. I'm
sorry.
Yeah, forgive me. I still missed it with a 2, and I do not have a utility object. I believe. Let me double check that. I have dark side, good side, weapon, and light side. I have my penny and gloves, my luck and utility are both objects that cause me double damage. So I took 2 points of damage. I took that already. And I am done with my climax challenge. I go over to Rusty. Rusty, would you please make either a utility or a weaponry roll, Rusty?
My lightsaber's utility. So
very good. 15. Woo-hoo! Have you made a roll yet? Have you made a roll yet, sir?
What do you mean?
I know you
made one yet.
I made a few earlier.
That was a good mock, Red. That was a very good mock. That was exceedingly good. Because she said it like, have you ever made it yet?
I actually role played that one. Can you Conrad? Can you please just a little bit of that each day? Can we please
make a utility roll? Don't I get a silver?
Yes, you made a utility roll. You get a silver. Absolutely, Rusty. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us on.
I'm rolling utility as well, and I am an 11. 17. That's +1 silver. Thank you for reminding me, Rusty.
17, and over to Greg.
All right, I have a skull hammer. I'm going to go with weaponry.
Okay. You have to roll until you're successful.
Yes. 1.
Have you made any yet, Greg?
Okay, hold on a second. What
you could do a pip and you could make it with an 8. Oh no, it's 11, right?
Yeah. No. It's a 15. Oh no, it's good. That's right. It's a skull crushing weapon. There it is. If you added the pip.
Add the pip.
Let's add the pip.
Okay. 4 plus a pip. He's bloodied. He's the one that went in and decided to smash the console and the droids that were protecting our cash box here.
Use your dark side.
Yes, you're right. It's the default. Dave, would you please either make a utility or a weaponry roll?
Okay, I have a power rod, good weaponry.
There it is.
You need an 11.
All right.
Oh, we got his money. Too bad it's wasted, but it worked.
It's not wasted. It's an amazing roll. You finished them off, Dave. And now we collect our reward. What was the reward for the sidebar? It was pretty good, as I remember, right? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's the wrong theme song.
It was, well.
Get the Japanese kids to do it a cappella for us. All right, travel to this. We have now salvaged the old Republic derelict. We brought back the power converter. And reward, gain a flare on a random piece of gear. Bonus, gain +1 pip on the next adventure on the map caves. So we gain a flare on a random piece of gear. Do not count your clutter gear, but let's get the flare table open. And I will start by rolling my percentils. I want to roll high. Please be high. I don't want my Shadu, or my J Drew, I should say. What does my J Drew pick up? 83. I'm scrolling. 83, remove penalty for the holder from that failing the dark side force turns off. Okay, so in this case, it's not, I'll need to update this table. Removes the penalty that whenever I fail my dark side roll, it does not affect my light side roll.
Woo-hoo.
Wow, I'm actually getting a persona here. I can
that
use
means you're going to be Mr.
Dark side,
isn't it?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm going to be Mr. Darkside, but hey, there's got to be at least one in the group that argues.
He's not going to be Mr. Darkside. He's going to be Lord Darkside.
We just need the right benevolent dictator to be in charge of the empire.
He's not quite Lord yet. I think
what would it take to bend the knee a little bit? Gather some laurel leaves.
Yes. Couldn't we just collect a little bit of laurel?
Why did they call it dark? Why don't they call it, majestic? You know what I'm saying?
Why do they call it ebon? Go ahead and Rusty, roll me a percentile dice here.
Uh-oh.
7?
7's good.
That's not good.
No, it is. It's good. It's great.
Oh, never good.
A 7. It says add an XP.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
You jumped a level already from us.
I'll take that.
And it's +1 dark side force as well. And if the XP is lost as damage, the item tests utility. That's not going to happen till the very end anyway.
So this is on a piece of gear, right?
Yes, you got to attach it to a piece of gear.
Okay, that's my D4. I need it's the third thing. Okay, good. All right.
And we're going to go over to now again.
It's dark side force. You said a +1.
Yes.
Yeah.
+1 dark side.
I'll just cut it and paste it into the chat for you. And Conrad, would you please make a percentile rolls for us?
4.
At percentiles of a 4. Wow, you guys are really.
A 4.
How about a plus XP?
Adds +1 XP to character taken on adventure if the XP is lost damage. The item
so you add a
plus
XP for your item. And over to Greg. Percentiles, please. It's only a 1 that fails on this.
I can roll that.
It's not shore leave. Shore leave is about 1 in 3, I think, that has a bad one. 79. Moving up that table. I believe it's a weapon, Pip. Oh, your skull hammer has improved to +2 weapon.
Yes, the skull hammer. Okay.
That's a great skull hammer, man. All right. And Dave, would you please roll us percentiles? 7. That's actually a good one. It's the same one I think that Rusty got.
It is. It's a +1 XP and a +1 dark side.
Yeah, so roll between the 2 items that you're holding. I think it's 2 items you're holding. You have a light side item and you have a weapon, I believe. And 50-50, which one is the +1 that adds an XP, and then which one adds the dark side force, Pip?
Can I add a dark side to a light side weapon? I don't understand.
Yeah. So what the flare does, it's just it's like a spirit, or it's like a magic power that's picked up by the object. The object does not have to be, for instance, an XP or a dark side roll allows you to make a roll piece of gear in order to get a bonus to it. You can have, for instance, a floppy hat that'll add +3 to your weaponry, even though the floppy hat doesn't seem like it has any ability in weaponry. Does that make sense to you?
Okay.
Yep.
4. That means it's the second one, the cross.
Okay, so the cross, the light side cross, also gives you a +1 XP and a +1 dark side force. I think the cross is sort of talking to you, Dave, and saying, well, I am encouraging light side behavior, but maybe it can be more energetic than what those Jedi prudes would say. All right, so we have successfully completed this mission. Well done. We also pick up +1 on if we go into caves, and I will move the big die from Greg to Dave. Now, Dave, we can either take shore leave. We're actually back up here now on the big map.
Okay.
We can take the second sidebar quest now that we're +1 with our next map being mines, and we can go over to Cabot and explore beneath the ice flows, or anywhere along the way we can stop. For instance, you can say, let's fly to Vandor, and we'll all roll for our shore leave now. Or you can say, let's go to Lothar and start our quest in the final hour of this session, knowing that at the end of the hour, we're going to heal by the time we come back next week. So is it worth it to you to get a second sidebar in this time? Or do you want to go right to the main quest? Or do you want to stop on a shore leave and then we'll roll on the shore leave table?
And so we get a new set of sidebars next week?
We get a new set of sidebars after we complete a mission objective.
Okay, a mission objective. Okay. So the sidebar goes away when we complete the mission objective. The case.
No, the sidebar restriction goes away. The sidebars only go away as we complete them. If you follow that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, we still have an alpha that we can do, and Dave, the other thing we could do if we take shore leave right now is we can buy a little bit of gear with the 4 or 5 silver credits we have.
Guys, do we have money for gear?
I mean, I got one, and I would love to buy something that's a utility object.
I have one.
We can start the other quest as well, either sidebar or did it move on us? A Koban, yeah, it was actually right. You had it at Koban before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was the one that we had just completed, so I moved it. Let me grab this. Yeah, Koban.
Yep, Koban, and yeah. Oh, and so yeah, Dave. There's no wrong answer here, except our dice rolling.
Oh, let's just go to Koban.
He's looking at you, Rusty.
Okay, let's go to Koban. Good choice. All right, now Koban, we travel to Koban. It's 4 o'clock in the outer rim. We're going to explore beneath the ice flows. We're going to use the cave map, and the reward is we gain a random piece of gear, and the climax is only 1 die roll. Let us move over now and down into the far southeast corner so that we can see the quest map. The party's going to start at A. Let me roll my magic die. And it is going to be, we only have to go into the top half. So it is in A through got it right here. Okay. Here is our first clue upon reaching the map. The objective is in A to M. Now, Dave, we are at A. To enter, and we can go to B, we can go to F, we could go to, we could back out and go through C, we can go to E. Don't worry about the little dungeon map inflections like this secret door. Those will only come into play when I'm writing more detailed missions using the same maps. So where would you like to head from here, Dave?
B.
B, okay.
Obviously, it's not A because we were at A.
Correct. It's not A. And we go down to B. And when we enter B, I'm going to flip a card flip. It is not B that we're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. But it is an Imperial checkpoint they have down there. Wow. Explain that to me, someone. They're hiding something here, I know. And a King of Diamonds is Rusty should groan at that card. But we all have a choice of weaponry. Physical -3
or dark side.
Or dark side force. Well, I know what I'm picking, so I start whenever we have a rolls of all. I'm going to roll dark side. I need a 15 with my dark side. I'm 3 for 3 on dark side. Yes,
you are now a checkpoint.
Yes, and I'm also a wizard at the checkpoint. I'm the guy that's saying these are not the droids you're looking for. I'm having fun. All right. I have made my roll, and I go over to Rusty. Would you please make us either a weaponry or dark side force?
Yeah.
You don't need to kill them, Rusty. I've already convinced them we're good.
Yeah, well.
You want weaponry or dark side, Rusty?
-3 weaponry or dark force. Oh,
It's -3 on weaponry, and you got to roll till success.
And I have no dark side, no dark force item. So
you'll take 2 points of damage.
And I'll also.
Let's think positive. You're going to roll that 15 and join me in corrupting these guys.
Okay.
I got one of the stormtroopers carrying my bag.
Dark side. Okay.
Gosh. All right. So you're lucky you do not have a dark side object.
I have no dark side item to degrade.
Well, whatever you put your trust in, a hank of hair or an old tooth, that is absolutely worthless now. You give it to the guy, and he crushes it with his mitt, and so you have to replace it with something else.
By the way, I have a +1 flare for dark force. Does that affect one to become
a +1 pip, right? It doesn't affect the roll.
It would have been great if you rolled a 14.
Okay, it never affects the roll of 1. Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
It never affects the roll of 1. Correct. I understand what you're saying. You're saying, can a pip protect you from the weapon declining? No. But take your damage, and we move over to Conrad. Conrad, are you going to dark side with me, or are you going to take the light and narrow and try your weaponry?
I'm going to roll the dark side.